A piece of city history a lot of folks would like to see saved, but the company that owns an old factory and the Belding clock tower says it has to come down. And now they're taking the city to court to make it happen. 24-Hour News 8's Crystal Hilliard takes us inside some new developments in the fight over that old clock tower. Crystal?
Brian, Electrolux wants to demolish all of its property downtown. The city of Belding is blocking the demolition because it wants to keep some of the buildings and preserve them. This is an issue that's taking the two sides to court tomorrow. What to do with the clock tower built in the 1900s that doesn't work?
Let it go. Move on. It's just time.
No, I don't think they should.
Why is that?
It's historical.
Built in the early 1900s by the Belding brothers silk producers, now owned by Electrolux Home Products.
It hasn't ran in 40-some years, and nobody's cared about it until they decided that they're going to tear it down.
The city has already condemned the property, which includes 13 or so buildings that make up the old factory facility. Electrolux bought it with plans of demolition. Now the city wants to make some of those buildings and the clock tower a part of a historic district.
What's important to the quality of a town, particularly a small town like Belding, is its history. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what gives people a sense of place and belonging, and the history of Belding is the Belding silk mill.
But Electrolux tells us the more this factory stands, the more it's deteriorating. It even calls it dangerous and unsafe. A representative writes us, "We believe the city and its representatives have exceeded their reach in keeping us from carrying out our plans, and we have asked the court to remove the barriers to the final resolution of this issue." Now, the first step to the city making those buildings you saw in that story a part of a historic district is to hold a public meeting. Electrolux has filed an injunction against that meeting, which means, if accepted, the city couldn't even begin the process. A judge will have to sort all of this out in court tomorrow. We'll keep you posted on what happens. Brian?